Islam is the second largest religion in the world after Christianity. It's practiced by around 1.9 billion people, which is around 25.5% of the world's population. More than 20 million Muslims live in Russia. President Vladimir Putin has great respect for Islam, invariably congratulating Muslims on their holidays and sending messages to participants in annual conferences dedicated to religions. You see, Christianity and Islam are based on fundamental values, mercy and love for one's neighbor, justice and respect for the human person. So it's very important to preserve the traditions of friendship, mutual respect and understanding between people who profess different religions. And Russia does it very well.
Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin.
In Vladimir Putin's annual conference last year, Putin spoke out harshly against insults to the Prophet Muhammad in Western press, including in reference to Charlie Hebdo cartoons. He said, insulting the Prophet of Islam, what is it? Is it freedom of creativity? I don't think so. This is violation of freedom of religion and violation of the sacred feelings of people who practice Islam. And he's absolutely right. Muslims from different countries thanked Putin for his support. The Muslims of Russia are extremely well integrated in Russian society. They are Russians. Islam constitutes an integral part of Russia's history and culture and is celebrated. This brings Russian Muslims and Christians together as one. They tend to focus on common values rather than differences, and that's a brilliant thing.
When you say patriotism is in your heart, then why are you being forced?
مسلمانوں کے خلاف یہاں پر انسیڈنٹ ہو رہا ہے، رائے یہاں پر ہندو کے خلاف بھی ہو رہا ہے، مسلمان کے خلاف بھی ہو رہا ہے، سکھ کے خلاف بھی ہو رہا ہے اور عیسائیوں کے خلاف بھی ہو رہا ہے.
Unfortunately, Indian media is heading towards the Western media's direction of vilifying Muslims. Indians must realize the vilification of Islam and Muslims in the media by the West was a war propaganda tool, just so NATO could continue its senseless bombardment of Muslim countries, and the masses in the West do not complain about it.
They love me, all my people with me, they love me all.
But if they do love
They will die to protect me and my people.
Thankfully, people are rising and they're seeing through this rubbish. A great awakening is happening. We are witnessing the hypocrisy of our leadership in the West. They have no money for public services. There's forever tax hikes, but there's plenty of money for war and sending weapons to Ukraine. We digress. Anyway, it's very important to integrate Muslims across the globe. Give them opportunities. Don't create barriers. Break down those barriers. Because if we keep creating barriers, then the world will turn into hell. Islam is predicted to become the world's largest religion by 2060. It's the fastest growing religion, having almost doubled its adherents in the last 100 years. Indonesia currently has the largest Muslim population, followed by Pakistan and India. But there's a good chance in 40 years' time, India will come out on top in terms of the number of Muslims out there. India has its worries, of course it does. After all, many Muslims went to work in the Gulf states, brought back rather extreme teachings from there and spread it in India. But trying to neutralize this with the use of Hindutva extremism in order to curtail any future separatist movements will not help the situation. By marginalizing Muslims, you are creating opportunities for further separatism and radicalization. And of course, the politicians, the members of parliament who run for the Bharatiya Janata Party don't really care about the future of India, because for them, creating anti-Muslim rhetoric gets votes. They publish news about a few people trying to join the un-Islamic state. They arrest them. But how many more are you going to arrest? Isn't it better to address the root cause of the problem? provide a better education system for all, shut down the unregulated madrasas and introduce useful knowledge to service society and promote the true essence of Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, or whatever you follow, and that is brotherhood and unity. Don't give the opportunity to evil people to twist and turn the words of holy books to further hateful agendas. I leave you with two very lovely prayers from two amazing holy books on the planet. Thank you for listening. ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अर्रहमानिर्रहीम मालिकि यौमिद्दीन इय्याक नअबुदु व इय्याक नस्तईन इहदिनस सिरातल मुस्तकीम सिरातल लज़ीना अनअमत अलैहिम गैरिल मग़दूबि अलैहिम वलद्दाल्लीन।
We could find no credible source that indicates Birmingham is a so-called no-go zone.
To be clear, there is no formal designation of these zones in either country. There are certainly areas of high crime in Europe, as there are in the United States and other countries.
Германские войска напали на нашу страну, атаковали наши границы во многих местах и подвергли бомбежке со своих самолетов наши города. Это неслыханное нападение на нашу страну является беспримерным в истории цивилизованных народов вероломством. Эта война навязана нам не германским народом, не германскими рабочими, крестьянами, интеллигенцией, а кликой кровожадных фашистских правителей Германии. Красная армия и весь наш народ вновь поведут победоносную отечественную войну за Родину, за честь, за свободу.
We also have a history of kind of moving in and out of Pakistan. I mean, let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded 20 years ago. And we did it because we were locked in this struggle with the Soviet Union. They invaded Afghanistan, and we did not want to see them control Central Asia. And we went to work.